Hey everyone, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to do a quick little review of Nosferatu just because I don't have a lot of great things to say about the movie. Overall, it was okay. Um, the thing I've been saying is if you've seen one Dracula movie, you've kind of seen them all, and this felt very much in the realm of sameness of a lot of things we've seen already. Um, I've been kind of back and forth with Robert Eggers as a director, and I think as a director he's fine, but as a writer, I think, as somebody who's been writing a lot of his lifetime, and I think I'm an okay writer, I think his writing is lacking, and I haven't really enjoyed. I mean, there hasn't been that many Eggers movies that have come out recently, but I haven't really enjoyed one since The Lighthouse. Was not really a big fan of The Witch. Didn't really like The Northman either. It was okay. There's a lot of just okayness because I think Eggers, at least on a story side, doesn't take enough risk. And I felt the same way with Nosferatu. I mean, the performances were great. Nicholas Hoult was great. Skarsgård as Nosferatu. Count Orlok was great. Everybody was great. Willem Dafoe was great in the film, but I just felt like there was a lot of lack in this film. I didn't really feel the weight of a lot of the characters and a lot of those stories. They felt very disposable. I didn't feel the heaviness just because there's so much going on. There's so much that Eggers is trying to do in this movie to build out the world and the story and the characters so we do care, but it's almost too much that we don't spend enough time and feel the gravity of enough of the relationships and the people to really feel the weight of what's happening to them and the city because of Nosferatu and his power over the town. And kind of the surrounding areas wherever he is, he kind of just infects it with the darkness. I just don't think we get enough time with anything. And the movie is 2 hours long, excuse me. The movie is 2+ hours long, and I just feel like there's not enough done in it to make me really care about these characters. And that's not the fault of the actors. I just don't think the story is strong enough. I don't think the pacing is strong enough. I don't think we spend enough time. I mean, Lily Rose Depp plays Ellen Hutter, who is one of the main characters. I think Nicholas Hoult and her are kind of the two main characters. Aaron Taylor Johnson, fantastic performance as Harding. But I just don't know. I left that theater kind of feeling nothing. The movie's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Great score, great visuals. Eggers always pulls out the great visuals. Very haunting, very much looks like a painting or an old photograph. Nails the tone in that way, in the visuals. But the story is just, something's just not there. And I know Eggers wrote it with Henrik Galeen, I think is how you pronounce it. This is kind of a combination of Bram Stoker's Dracula and the original Nosferatu movie, and kind of tone and story. But I love that original Dracula book. I read it a long time ago, and they did it well. And there's so many other people that have done Dracula stories very well. Obviously Coppola, but this one, I mean, it's not horrific enough. Nosferatu is kind of a creature of the night. The trailer for the movie was fantastic, and I think it hit all the most unsettling and visual scenes. I just don't think he did enough. I just don't think it was enough. There's not enough, and this is my critique of the Northman too. There's just not enough weirdness, unsettlingness, at least for me in this film, to really drive home the insanity and the darkness of it all. It's almost like too clean. And it moves too quickly for you to feel really the darkness and the nightmare that is this situation. There's some stuff that is definitely striking and a little unsettling, but it's kind of all stuff we've seen before, which is part of the problem. It's not delivered in a way that feels too new, which I think is my biggest problem with it. And that was my biggest problem with the Northman too. It just doesn't seem Like they took enough of a big swing with this. They didn't take enough time to really nail something new and bring something new to this. It's kind of just a retelling with new updated visuals and acting and stuff like that. That's probably the best thing I could say about it. They nailed it as a retelling, but as kind of a new take, I don't think that it missed the mark for me. I'm really kind of middling with Edgar's now. I don't know. I've just been not super on board with the things he's done lately. I know he's working on a Western, and I'm definitely interested in seeing that. I'll still support the guy because I think he does have a very distinct style, but I just don't really like, at least when he's doing these kind of retelling of old stories, I just don't think it works for me. I kind of want something more, I guess, out of these stories, something that feels more original. And I don't think I've been getting that, especially not in Nosferatu. So that's it. I'm not going to go on about this. I didn't love the movie. It was okay. It was okay. A little long, too, for what they were trying to do. And again, even that felt like it was too rushed. So I think if he had simplified the story a little bit more and spent more time on the relationships and kind of maybe the darkness of these characters, it would have been more effective for me. But I think everything was just spread too thin and nothing really landed the way I think maybe it's supposed to. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think or thought if you have seen the movie or if you're planning to go. Curious what your thoughts are. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, do that whole thing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.